What's up, everybody? It's your host, Dadbod here, and welcome back to the Bloodborne walkthrough, Part 9. In the last episode, we took care of Henrik, and that was to advance Eileen's quest line, and also Henrik ended up, as we found out, being Father Gascoigne's old partner. He, too, went mad, similar to Gascoigne's fate. And then we took on the fourth official boss of the game, Vicar Amelia. After we beat her, we learned a few important tidbits of the game's lore, in that it delved into the split between the School of Byrgenwerth and the Healing Church, the School of Byrgenwerth being led by Master Willem, and the Healing Church, who was started by Lawrence, the first vicar. So that was an interesting cutscene, and as I said, it is very central to this game's story. So, in this episode, we're going to soldier on, but first we're going to start, and we're going to take care of some business in the Hunter's Dream. So let's start by leveling up a little bit.
What is it? Very well.
Alright, we have lots of blood echoes. Let's start by put some vitality in. We can take up our strength, I guess, and guess we'll just leave it at that. That gets us level 35. Not bad. Now, since we have killed Vicar Amelia,
May you find
we'll see there is another item here for us from these messengers. This will only occur if you have purchased the Old Hunters DLC or if you have the Old Hunters complete version of the game. This is a DLC specific item. It says, the eye of a blood-drunk hunter beckons hunters to the hunter's nightmare. A deformed creature will whisk you away outside of Odin's chapel. So, we get the eye of a blood-drunk hunter. Let's check it out. So this says, the eye of a blood-drunk hunter. Its pupil is collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the scourge of the beasts. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. So it's kind of like, if you are a hunter that goes bad, you turn into a blood-drunk hunter. You are whisked away to the hunter's nightmare. It is kind of like a purgatory for hunters. It is a place that nobody wants to be. But that is actually where the DLC is. We're not going to access the DLC until very late in the game. And in fact, it might be kind of the last thing that we do before beating the game. Reason being is that the DLC, even at a very high level, it is a extremely large difficulty spike. The bosses in the DLC are easily the hardest bosses in the game, and even if you're at a high level. So if you go there right now at level 35, you will get wrecked in no time flat, and I do not recommend that. So here we got the Insight Shop. We can actually purchase Henrik's armor set. It is there if you would so desire. It actually has very good bolt defense, so if you would like something like that, Henrik's armor is a good place to go. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the DLC. So the DLC, it's not like a menu-based item or a menu-based command where you just from the main menu select you want to play the DLC. It is actually very well integrated into the main game. Later I will show you how to get there. There's a very specific way to get there. First, you have to have the Eye of the Blood-Drunk Hunter. You cannot get there without the Eye of the Blood-Drunk Hunter, but once you have it, there's a very specific way you access the DLC, and we'll get into that later when it's time to go there. So, when we beat Vicar Amelia, she gave us, if you recall, a blood gem. So let's go ahead and fortify our saw cleaver with... Whoops, I picked the wrong option. Let's go back. Blood gem fortification. That's what we want. There we go. So, we're going... Let's see. On here we have the... This one is physical attack up 2.1, charge attack up 0.4. So, we'll replace this one with the gold blood gem. This is what we got from Vicar Amelia. And this takes our attacks versus beasts up 12.6%. That is a significant increase. So let's go ahead and throw this on. Now you'll notice, if you were paying attention during Vicar Amelia's dialogue before we engaged the fight, when we kind of stood behind there, she mentioned a line that said, "Seek the old blood." Now if you remember from our cutscene, Lawrence and Master Willem said, "Fear the old blood." So somewhere down the line in the Healing Church, it went from fear the old blood or respect the old blood to seek the old blood. So I think that had a hand in just, that demonstrates a fundamental shift in the mentality of the Healing Church from going from a place where you respect the old blood to a place to where you seek it and you become drunk off of it. I think that ultimately led to the spread and the severity of the Scourge of the Beasts. So before we go any further, let's fortify our weapons. We're going to start focusing more on Ludwig's Holy Blade now. That's probably going to get our first priority in terms of leveling up our weapons. So let's go ahead and take this up to +5 with our twin bloodstone shards, and that's about as good as we can do at this point with it. I think that's about all we can do at this point. So let's go ahead. There's some things I want to show you back in Central Yharnam, so let's go back there first. So we're going to talk to Gilbert again. Remember, he's the guy at the window right there by the lamp. Now, the fact that we killed Vicar Amelia, that's going to trigger something in the game's environment, in that it advances the course of the night. So as we kill certain bosses in this game, it triggers kind of the phase of the moon, kind of, if you want to look at it that way. So we're going to go from, at the beginning of the game we started, it was sunset, and now you notice it is dark outside, and we got a full moon looming over us. So as we progress through the game, the night is also going to progress along with us. So now that it's night, it triggers different dialogue with Gehrman as the night progresses. So let's see what he has to say now.
Have I heard of Bergenworth? Afraid I can't say that I have. The locals aren't apt to share any local history. I'm afraid I may not be of help for much longer.
So his health is deteriorating, and that is no secret. So let's go down here. The next thing I want to do is, I mentioned, look at that, just a clean one-shot with a tier 5 Ludwigs and our increased strength. Not bad at all. So let's go down here. I mean, we're at the point now where we can kill these things pretty easily without using a visceral attack. Look at that, just overhead slam, swipe, and he's dead. So that just goes to show how far we've come. I think we can maybe even one-shot him with a charge attack. Nope, that took too long. He actually got his attack in quick enough. Alright, we're just going to stab him, swipe him. And these guys are way easier to kill. They're giving us much less trouble. So what we're going to do now is, I mentioned that Gascoigne's daughter, she was going to make her way to Udden's chapel by way of the tunnels, and may or may not have had a run-in with our friend the pig. So let's go check that out. I think the quickest way to get there is just going to be to take this elevator down, which should lead us right by that ladder, where we can go down and fight the pig. So we're going to go down this ladder here, make sure that we don't fall, because I think that would probably be an instant death. It's probably a long enough of a fall. We're going to go and kill this pig again. But we know the drill. We know how to get these guys. Get behind them. Charge attack. Nope, that was a one-shot, even without the visceral. And he dropped an item. The blood vial. And the red messenger ribbon. Okay. That is going to be over here. This is a item that the messengers can adorn. You can equip it on them. It's a bloody ribbon. A red ribbon that messengers are oddly fond of. The thick, pungent red was drawn from the organs of some unfortunate victim. Wink, wink. A strange choice indeed, but perhaps for the messengers, wearing this accessory constitutes a form of mourning. So who they would be mourning, you guessed it, that would be Gascoigne's daughter, who was eaten by the pig, and of course the pig's blood got all over the ribbon, and yeah, not a good fate for poor Gascoigne's daughter. So we're going to use a bold hunter's mark. And we're going to warp back to the lamp, so we don't have to run all the way back there. Just make our lives a little bit easier, make things a little bit quicker. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, we're going to go back to the Cathedral Ward and if you recall in one of the previous episodes I mentioned there's kind of a corner that we could have went around earlier, and doing so would have at the time led us to a dead end, because that is the place that requires the password that we now have. The password happens to be Fear the Old Blood, because it takes us to the Forbidden Woods, which is the way to get to Byrgenwerth. And the people of Byrgenwerth don't want any old slouchy hunter dropping in unless they know the password. So let's go to the Grand Cathedral. And we're going to make our way to what was previously a dead end for us, but now that we have the password, we can move forward. So there's nothing else really for us to do in here at this time. Once you trigger that cutscene, that is all you need to advance forward the story. So we're going to backtrack. I'm just going to run past all the enemies. I'm not going to bother engaging with him at this point. It's somewhat of a waste of time. Even this guy. So now that it is night, these guys are kind of resting. They're not going to wake up till you get near them, which actually allows you to sneak up behind them and get a nice clean shot on them before they even wake up if you're sneaky enough. But I'm not going to bother engaging them. The ones over here are kind of resting as well. You see they're kneeled down. I'm not going to bother fighting them. I'm just going to run right past them to get to where we're going. So here's where we did not go the last time. We did not go around this corner. So this is new territory for us. There's some dogs that are following us. Is he going to follow me in here? Does not look like it. He's leashing. Oh, and we have a Tempering Blood Gemstone Tier 2. And our friend Alfred is here as well to talk to us. Let's see if he has anything new to say.
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Okay, so before we talked to him about the Healing Church, we talked to him about Byrgenwerth, and now he has an option to learn about the corrupted Vile Bloods. Let's see what he has to say about that.
Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent Master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Byrgenwerth, and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle.
Okay.
I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
All right, so as he mentioned, he is seeking the path to Canehurst Castle, home of the Vile Bloods. So the story behind the Vile Bloods is that, as he said, one of the members of Byrgenwerth, or students of Byrgenwerth, obtained some forbidden blood and took it back with him to Canehurst, which gave birth to the Vile Bloods. Now, the Vile Bloods are obviously not well respected by Alfred and those who follow his way, and the Vile Bloods are just kind of a different breed altogether. They're not very well liked by just about anybody, and they are all pretty much, they're all, I guess you could say, almost quarantined around Canehurst, which is hard to find, but we will get there. Okay, so here's where we need the password. Let's talk to this mysterious entity.
Password.
Okay, the password. We have it now. Fear the Old Blood. Open sesame. Okay, well, it turns out this guy was dead. Somehow he was talking to us. But no mind. Let's carry on. Alright, so down the stairs, if you want to take the quick way, you can drop down. And we'll go through here. This takes us to the Forbidden Woods. And And this is the next, I guess, mandatory area of the game. So if you go forward on this path, this is going to advance the main quest of the game. So here off to the side, we've got some Tier 6 Cold Blood. And let's carry forward. We're actually going to go only to the first lamp, and then we're going to warp out, and we're going to take care of some optional areas before we progress forward with the main story. We are going to see everything there is to see in this game. And perhaps it's best to come back to this place later. So there is a beast. We're going to do the normal parry and visceral attack on him once we get the opportunity. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Easy peasy. Now see, there's a guy up there. He will actually throw oil urns at us. So let's quickly run around to the back of him and just attack him with our normal weapon. Take care of him swiftly and quickly. And he drops oil urns. Over here we have some pebbles from a corpse. And this is actually a dead end, but there's some items over here that we do want. And we're going to see someone familiar that we haven't seen in a while, a type of enemy that is. One of these ogre fellows with a big axe we saw at the very beginning in Central Yharnam. So, of course, the way to deal with them, the old-fashioned way, parry and visceral attacks. They are still very powerful, so this is by far still the best way to deal with them. And then follow up with the charge attack. Get him pretty easily. So 4 blood vials from him, good deal. And at this dead end we have a Madman's Knowledge and an Adept Blood Gemstone Tier 2. Not bad. The reason why we are going down through here to activate this first lamp as opposed to just going straight to these optional areas is because entering the Forbidden Woods triggers a certain NPC to talk to us that wouldn't talk to us before unless we got to this place, at least entered this place. And so that is it activates an optional area that we do want to go to at this point in the game. And so that's why we are just kind of barely scratching the surface of this place before we take on some of those optional side areas. Okay, just be wary of those crows. I don't really care enough to actually engage them. So we're going to activate this lamp and we're going to warp out. Yes. And actually we have enough probably to get another level out of the deal. So we'll go ahead and do that. And, we got some more blood gems, so we're going to make sure that we have kind of optimized blood gems on our weapons. So let's speak to the doll.
Welcome home. What is it? Very well.
Let's go ahead and... I'll put this one on endurance. Okay, so let's do some blood gems here. Let's do Ludwig. So we have a plus 0.7 and a plus 0.7. So this gets us up to physical attack up plus 7.3, plus an additional 2.7 if we're at full HP. Not bad at all. And this is blunt attack up plus 12.6. So we definitely want this one for sure. And this will give us physical attack up 1.1, which is better than our 0.7, and HP continues to recover. So let's put this one on as well. We'll call it good there. So that was actually quite fruitful for us. So let's go back. And now that we, by the way, since we got that Forbidden Woods lantern, we've actually unlocked this second headstone now, the Frontier headstone. And this is where we're going to go to if we want to warp back to the Forbidden Woods. But for now, we're going to go back to the Yharnam headstone so we can warp back to the Grand Cathedral. And we're going to carry on this way. So the next couple of areas we're going to be going are technically optional areas. The first of those optional areas is going to be Hemwick Charnel Lane. And it is optional, as I said. There's a boss at the end, and there is definitely something we want after beating that boss. And you will see exactly what it is and exactly why we are going there right now. So as I said, we're starting here at the Grand Cathedral, and when we exit, we're going to hang an immediate right We're going to run by these guys. Don't care about fighting them right now. We're going to go this way, which is technically accessible before you fight Vicar Amelia. So you can do this in any order you want. I choose to do it after fighting Vicar Amelia. And here we got a Bloodshot Eyeball. We have some of those already, and as I said before, they are a Chalice Dungeon item. They are used for Chalice rituals only. And here we have another Bold Hunter's Mark. Nice. So we're going to go through this cave, and it's going to take us where we want. On the other side of this cave is going to be a graveyard with lots of snipers. This is maybe the best area of the game to farm Quicksilver bullets. And in addition to the snipers, there are going to be some dogs. You're going to want to take your time and work your way through this area very methodically, because if you charge in, you will probably regret it. So we'll take care of this guy over here. He has a dog right by him. We'll kill him, dodge back. Let's get the dog. I'm just going to equip my saw cleaver, because in general... Oh, we just got hit. In general, I'm going to want some pretty quick attacks. And I do, for whatever reason, prefer the saw cleaver as opposed to the unsheathed Ludwigs for quick attacks. There's a dog over here. Let's get his attention, fight him, and then we'll make our way back through the snipers. Bloodstone Shard, okay. So all these snipers pretty much are going to drop Quicksilver bullets. He's got a dog right next to him. Let's get the dog. We can hide behind something to dodge the bullets, but dogs are a little hard to get. I think he's stuck, so we can just get him. He can't pursue us. That actually worked out very well for us. So let's get the sniper. Got some more Quicksilver bullets. And over here, there's going to be a couple dogs and another sniper. But there's a sniper there that wants to shoot us first. Let's go over and get this one. And then there's another sniper directly ahead of us. We'll get this one. Oop. Watch out for that. We just picked up just some items just laying at this tombstone. We got some more snipers over here. I want a piece of the action. Oops, we got hung up on a tombstone. Oh, jeez. Alright, got him. And him. Let's dodge to the side and get this guy. And let's pick up the loot. Don't want to forget the loot. Okay, good stuff. Lots of Quicksilver bullets. You'll see why I said this is perhaps the best area in the game to farm for Quicksilver bullets if you're running low. So over here, let's go on and get this so we don't forget about him. There's going to be a sniper patrolling with two of his favorite pets. I'm going to throw in a Molotov cocktail. We'll get the group. Huzzah! Not bad. Almost got all of them. Okay, that was being a little bit reckless. But we should get both of these in one hit since they're weakened by the Molotov. And let's go up and get this guy. Should one-shot him as well. Not too bad. Got some Quicksilver bullets. Nothing from the dogs, unfortunately, other than the Blood Echoes. And there's some more snipers back here that we have not gotten. You'll see they're gathered around that fire. I'm going to go on and unequip my Numbing Mists because they're not really worth much at this point. As far as I know, Vicar Amelia is the only boss proper that can heal. There are some NPC hostile hunters that we're going to fight that can heal, but the numbing mists are not going to come in handy in any immediate way. So let's pelt another Molotov. Only got one guy. All right, now, ooh, that almost killed us. That was extremely reckless, and ooh, almost died there, but managed to get away. I don't recommend doing what I just did. That was stupid. Still, I'm being stupid. But managed to survive nonetheless. You definitely don't want to charge in when all three of them are there, because if all three of them get you, that's going to be it. That's going to be a death. Some items around here, just on corpses. Thick cold blood, thick cold blood. I think one of them was Bone Marrow Ash. Yes. So Bone Marrow Ash is an additional medium that strengthens Quicksilver bullets. According to the workshop, this is a special Bone Marrow Ash collected from Hemwick Charnel Lane, invaluable to hunters with weak blood tinge who require the use of stronger firearms. So if you equip this and use it, it will give you a more powerful firearm attack. I believe like with a pistol, firearm like a pistol, it's going to last for precisely one shot. So it's kind of a one use per shot sort of deal. There are perhaps better uses of it for different weapons later in the game, but right now it's not really even worth using it, especially the way that I'm using my gun now is just primarily for parries, not for damage. So if you're going for more of a blood tinge build and really want to pack quite a bit of damage with your firearm, then it may be a good thing to take note of. Alright, so we're going to go through here. For once, a gate that is not locked. And there's something that I kind of forgot to show you. So we're going to activate this lamp. Okay, so Hemwick Charnel Lane. This is the only area of the game where this happens, and I believe it happens back there too. I'm going to pop a couple Madman's Knowledge to bring my insight up to 15. So we need to use 4. And the reason I'm doing this, I may even need to quit and reload for this to take effect, but in Hemwick Charnel Lane, including this area, if you have 15 or more insight, these demons are going to spawn from the ground, and you're going to have to deal with them. Yeah, I may need to quit and reload for it to take effect, so I'm actually going to do that real quick, just to show you what I mean. Alright, so I'm going to exit the game, and we're going to start right back up. And so these things that spawn, I mean, they're not too tough to kill. However, dealing with them along with everything else can really be a challenge. And they do, if you're not careful, they do pack quite a bit of a punch. And so the reason I'm doing this is just to show you what it looks like. Again, if you make sure that you have less than 15 insight, you're not going to have to deal with these guys along the way. But I also want to point this out just so it doesn't come as a surprise to anybody who might have more than 15 insight. So we quit and reload. All these guys are still going to be dead. So here they are, just out of nowhere from the ground. These guys are dangerous. Bloodwigs works quite well against them. If you can get a charge attack, that works very well. They're weak to thrust. And these guys are going to pop up kind of all throughout Hemwick's Charnel Lane just because we have 15 insight. Again, if you have less than 15, you are not going to have to fight these guys. But again, I just want to show you what it looks like just because I don't want this to catch anybody off guard. And I also want to explain that you don't have to do this. You can, just by way of simply having less than 15 insight, you don't have to deal with all this. So, that being said, these guys are going to spawn all the way through. I'm going to try to just deal with them along the way, just to show you guys where they might pop up. If I end up dying because of it, I'm going to spend some insight just to get rid of them, because they are, if nothing else, they are just really annoying. So these people are kind of weak. I almost can one-shot them with Bloodwigs, and they drop blood gemstones. But these people are not the worst thing in the world. If you do a running attack, you can one-shot them. I think there's one more behind here. Ah, yes, with the poker. The hot poker. Alright, twin bloodstone shards. Nice, and there's an item over here that we want. There we go. Some more bloodshot eyeballs. And someone else following us? Yes. So these are very similar to our just regular run-of-the-mill Yarnamites that we've been fighting. since we started the game. So nothing really to be too alarmed by. So, the reason why I wanted to go to the Forbidden Woods, and there's an elevator that we can't access, and here's another one of our friends. I think he's spawning up there, though. I don't think he's spawning down here, because one does spawn up there. So that's what we just heard. So the reason why we wanted to go to the Forbidden Woods is because it triggers a specific NPC to show up, and this NPC shows up at pretty much any door that you talk to. So he will override the normal NPC. So this person that we're about to talk to is not the person that we normally talk to when we go to this window here, but he's going to give us something that we want.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be, you know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending. Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
Alright, so he gives us the tonsil stone. Let's check it out. A latticed, deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite. Appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." So, as I said, we entered the Forbidden Woods, and this triggered kind of an NPC sort of deal. He overrides whatever NPC you talk to. I mean, if you go back to even to Old Yarnum and go to Gilbert's window, he'll show up at Gilbert's window and give you the tonsil stone. The tonsil stone allows you access to a secret area at this point in the game that we're going to go to directly after we finish Hemwick Charnel Lane. And as I mentioned, if you can come here earlier. If you come here earlier before accessing the Forbidden Woods, before killing Vicar Amelia, there will be a different NPC at that window that you can talk to. Not one of any particular importance, though. All right, so let's carry on forward now that we have the tonsil stone. And let's be on our guard. I'm just going to put the saw cleaver on. And oh, never mind. Bloodwigs it is. These guys are so annoying. But I'm doing it for you, just to show you what goes on here. If you have 15 insight. Cursed Blood Gemstone, they do drop some nice stuff. And here we've got a dog and another person with a poker. So let's do a charge attack. Oh, she got to us first. Oh well, we'll get our rally damage back. Back to full health. And we're out of stamina. But let's get our rally damage back from the dog. And we're back to full health again. Another Bloodstone shard. Okay. Whatever. So up there, there's going to be a lady that throws Molotovs at us. Let's make sure that we do not allow her to succeed. So let's go ahead and run around up these stairs and get her from behind. Be cognizant of the person with the hammer that just ran up to us. We need to take care of her as well. You don't want to be caught off guard. There's a lot of people who will surround you here if you're not careful. That's why I'm trying to call out the enemy placement before it actually gets to a point to where it becomes a big issue. Alright, so here we have some thick cold blood on this corpse by the tree, and we'll go up these stairs normally. And I'm going to switch back to single-handed form, because up here is a troll enemy. Oh, how did that happen? Alright. And these guys are a little bit stronger, so one Visceral is not going to do it, but we got him without much of a hassle. Alright, so over here is an item, some twin Bloodstone shards, good deal. He dropped some stuff for us. So if we go straight, we're going to come across a gate that is locked. We cannot get through here yet. But that's going to be kind of the ultimate shortcut that is going to prove useful to us. And there's another one of those things spawning. I heard it. So let's take him on now that we got Molotov Lady out of the way. Where is he? I heard him spawn. I don't know where he is, though. Before we go down there, it is wise to go up here. Reason being is when you go around that corner, there's someone here who wants to ambush you, so let's outsmart them. Do a drop-down attack, ambush them, and they will not be able to get us when we come down here. Excellent. Alright, so let's carry on forward. Lots of crows in this area, and I believe that this is where that guy spawned, the phantom thing. So let's take care of some of these crows first. And let's take care of this guy. Come on. Bait his attack. Oh, he didn't just bait his attack, he actually landed it. Jump attack. Alright. There we go. Let's do a thrust. Charge attack. That got him. Excellent. Alright. So in this circle of gravestones are a bunch of crows. So just make sure you fight them somewhat carefully. Otherwise, if they all attack you at once, it could be bad. Did take a few hits, got some rally damage back, and we got some pebbles for our trouble. Oh boy. And over here is that first shortcut. I mentioned when we went by that place where we got the tonsil stone that there was an elevator. This is that elevator. So we have officially activated our first shortcut of the level. But we don't want that. Let's carry forward. Okay. So this is the way forward. Around here, surprise! And these people will try to push you off the ledge, which, by the way, is an instant death. Around here we have an item, some more bone marrow ash, and up here we've got another ogre. You do not want to fight the ogre on the bridge. That is a bad proposition. Uh-oh, another Molotov lady. Alright, I'm going to run away because I don't want to fight them both at the same time. This guy can happily follow me down here, where I have the edge. Ugh, just pelted me with a Molotov. Alright, I'm going to do this the normal way. Oh, nope. Parry timing is off, apparently. Alright, come on. There we go. Not that time. And then we're going to take care of old Molotov thrower person. Easy. Alright, so he dropped some blood vials for us. Excellent. We're going to use one of them. Let's put Ludwig's back on. And we are entering the haunted house. Actually, I'm going to go in one-handed form because there's going to be a dog that attacks us in here. And it's the dogs I find are just easier to deal with a quick attack weapon as opposed to a slow, clunky weapon like the fully sheathed form of Ludwig's. So those guys will pop out and try to get you. Just make sure you're aware and prepared for them. And of course we have our hand lantern equipped, coming in handy in this very dark area. Actually, I want to make sure I didn't miss an item down there. I do not believe I did. Just want to double check. Some dead horses. Nope. Okay, we're good. Let's go forward. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go up this ladder, and we can either go forward. Oh! There's another thingamajig. Alright, let's take care of this first. I think that was a skull head that just disappeared on us. Alright, come on. Why can't I lock onto you? There we go. Alright, combo. Boom. Oh, he's still alive. What? He has to have 1 HP. That was absurd. Okay. Took care of him. And he didn't even drop anything for us. And he made us miss our skull head. You can quit and reload again to make the skull head reappear, but I don't really feel like quitting and reloading right now, so I'm just going to carry on and miss that one. That's okay. So let's carry on this way. Walk carefully across the beams. And in here we've got a wheelchair cannon wielder who drops 4 Quicksilver bullets for us. And here at the very end, we saw this item that we saw when we looked up earlier. There's the bridge we just crossed for a madman's knowledge. Okay, and don't miss this item. Adept Blood Gemstone Tier 1. Who knows if that's even good or not. But nonetheless, we have it. And we're going to soldier forward. Okay. So around here, get a nice little view. We mentioned Canehurst Castle earlier. That be Canehurst Castle right in front of us across this lake. It's a pretty cool view, and we are going to get there eventually, but not now. Alright, so be careful around here. There's going to be some enemies on this rooftop, one waiting for us right around that corner, trying to get an ambush on us. But epic fail indeed. No ambush for you. Around here, there's going to be another ogre and another regular enemy with a butcher knife. There's the ogre kind of patrolling down there. Some cold blood dude, tier 3. The enemies, if you can lure them to step in that fire, it'll actually hurt them. He comes charging after us. Change back to one-handed form so we can use our gun to get the parry. Now the poker lady's coming after us, but our iframe's carried over. Lucky us. Got them both dead at the same time. Wonderfully done. Now this one coming around the corner. Normally that's an ambush, but I guess she kind of heard the commotion and decided to join the fun. And of course here we have a dog. And this is making me wish I had some more Molotovs on me, because of course I used my last ones. Oh, she's stuck behind the tree. Ah, she died. She took the fall damage and got the kill. Okay. Some twin bloodstone shards over here. And you'll notice the reason I wish I had Molotovs, or at least something, I guess I can use poison knives, is because there's a bunch of dogs down there, and there's really no easy way to deal with them all. So Molotovs are a good way to kind of try to deal with them from afar. I'm going to try to use these. So around here, I think you can see them gathered together on the ground. And I hear a lot of them running around. So maybe it might be too late if they've already noticed me. But there's some other ones down here. I know they're down here. I just can't remember exactly where they are. And they are notoriously difficult to deal with. But we might just have to do it the hard way. If I can't find a good way to cheese it. I don't have Molotovs anyway. The best way to do it is with Molotovs. You'll see that's the one we were fighting just a minute ago. And we can't even get him with a throwing knife. Let's see. There we go. We did get that one. There are more. And they should be... There they are. There's a couple of them right there. And you see that other one patrolling. Hopefully we can inflict poison on this guy. There we go. Got him poisoned. You do not want to fight these guys straight up, because they will gang up on you and they will not make your life fun. So that one the one that we poisoned initially just died. I think these are going to die as well. Excellent. That is exactly what we wanted. And this one, I don't think we can get the knife to hit. Yeah. Unless he moves. Unless we move. Maybe we can get him from a different angle. Let's try it from over here. Where is he? There we go. Come on. Poison? No. There we go. Good deal. Okay, that should help us out immensely. Because fighting all those guys down there is... They're in a big pack, and it's really hard to get it done. There's an ambush around here. Just be wary of that. That scared me very bad the first time I played this game. Was not expecting it. So down here, there's going to be a couple more of those big ogre fellas. We're going to take care of them using the usual method, parries and visceral attacks. So of course, make sure one-handed form. Dang it, missed the visceral. Not good. Not good. Abort. Okay, heal up. Come on. No? Didn't want to give me the... There we go. That time we got it. Good deal. Some more blood vials. And we got some items over here. Some thick cold blood. And this is what unlocks the gate. And this will prove to be a very useful shortcut for us. The boss is right down that way that we're facing. So let's take care of this other ogre. Got the visceral. One-shot visceral attack. Nice. So we're going to carry on down this way where all those dogs were. Make sure we get any items along the wall. Oh, some Molotov cocktails. How convenient. So here's where those dogs would have been, and they would have been in a big pack and very difficult to deal with. So there's some more over there. So I'm actually going to use one of those Molotovs I just got. Okay, we'll have to refill our stock when we get back to the Hunter's Stream. Okay, let's get those equipped. See if I can get the preemptive attack on these guys over here. Oh, they noticed me. Dang it! Still landed it. Still got the kill. She's throwing Molotovs at me. All around, not an ideal situation, but we made it work. And these are some explodable urns if they get hit with a Molotov, so just make sure when you're fighting her that she's not able to take advantage of those. Okay, over here we got an item. Some more bone marrow ash. I'm going to heal up. We got some more stuff over here as well. Some thick cold blood. And over here, there's something of interest to us. You have to be very careful not to fall off the edge, because it is on this very corner. And we have the Lake Rune. So, let's check that out. Kill rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This transcription of the Great Ones in human voices ripples like a watery reflection. This rune means lake, and those who memorize it enjoy reduced physical damage. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep, and an augur of the eldritch truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. So equip this one, and you'll get a nice little defense buff. So not bad. Just trying to make sure we got all of the items around here. I think we did. We killed all those dogs. We killed the ogres. Okay, let's carry on. Thought I heard something. Okay, so we're going to get to this little crossroads here. And there is an ogre fella over here. You'll notice there's some more enemies coming down for us as well. If you get all of their attention at once, it can turn out bad, because you're going to be fighting an ogre and, you know, 3 of these ladies at the same time. So the best way to go about it is to get their attention first, deal with them first. Oh, they all got all noticed this at once, but ooh, that Molotov. Oh gosh, we're dead. That was exactly what I did not want to happen. Man, I got stuck backing up, trying to get the heal in, and it cost me. But fortunately, we opened up that gate, and it is not all that hard just to kind of run through the level without attacking anybody. It saves a lot of time. So this is kind of a preview of the walk of shame back to the boss, should you or I even lose to this boss that we're about to fight. Just make a break for it. Actually, the best way is to go around up here. Just dodge the enemies. Now that we have this gate open, quite nice. And we're kind of back to where we were. Only thing is we got these ogres to deal with, and the dogs are patrolling. But actually, that's a nice pattern that we got. We can fairly easily head back up to where we were. So what I'm going to do, first things first, I want to find, ooh, one of these. Okay, there's my bloodstain. Good deal. Got our blood echoes back. I'm going to run up here, deal with these first. That lunatic that was throwing the Molotovs at me. I am not your biggest fan. Alright. And this guy makes the situation a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Alright. There we go. Come on. Whoops. Okay, so you're not going to play nice either. I see how it is. There we go. How does a visceral sound? There you go. That's what you get for making my life miserable. And there is a skull head. No, you're not getting away from me. Alright. Took care of that. Got some twin bloodstone shards for our trouble. So, the reason why that ogre was down there is he's guarding something. And well, actually we are going to go this way again. And I'll show you why. He's guarding a treasure chest that has bum-ba-da-bum, tempering blood gemstone, just a tier 1 though. Oh well. So we make our way back up here. Down those steps is the way to the boss. If you go down those stairs, it's going to trigger the boss fight. I'm actually going to use a bold hunter's mark and warp back to the hunter's dream. Reason being, we have a lot of blood echoes at risk, and I do not want them to be at risk during the boss fight. And also, just to demonstrate something about how this boss fight works. Yes, I do wish to be raking. And I'm going to, of course, use some of my insight just to stop those guys from spawning, because they annoy me. Normally, when I do this level, I make sure that I have less than 15 insight, but just for the sake of this walkthrough, for the sake of you guys being able to see just kind of what goes on with insight, I'm doing it the hard way, but not any longer. Okay, so we're going to warp back to the Hunter's Dream, and we're going to do some leveling up. Get rid of these excess blood echoes that we have.
Very well.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate something with this. So each attribute, I believe, can be leveled up individually to level 99 is the max. However, there's a soft cap at 25 for strength, skill, blood 10, and arcane, I believe. And I believe for vitality, the soft cap is at 30, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going off memory here. And endurance, I forget what it is. It escapes me, but I'm going to demonstrate how the soft cap works. So with strength, you'll see I'm at 23, and the soft cap is 25. So if I upgrade my strength stat one time, you'll see, for example, for Ludwig's, I'm going from 228 to 232, a difference of 4. Upgraded again to 25. I'm going from 232 to 235, an upgrade of 3. Now, if I go from 25 to 26, watch what happens. Only 1 difference. And so we've reached that soft cap after 25, and you are still going to get an increase, but it's going to be less of an increase than if we were to use a different stat. So fortunately for us, our Ludwig's Holy Blade also scales off of skill. So increasing our skill will also increase our damage output from Ludwig's as well. And you'll notice we're getting about 3 points for each skill that we update. So I'm going to go on and max out my strength stat. I'm going to put a couple into skill, or put 1 more into skill, Then I'll put one more into Vitality, and that gets us up to level 40. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves right now. So we'll go ahead and roll with this. I'm not going to be updating Strength again for a while. Again, if I want to upgrade my damage output, I'm probably going to do it by way of skill rather than Strength. Okay, we'll go with this. Good enough for me.
Farewell, good hunter.
As I mentioned, we're going to go spend some Insight to get less than 15. So my favorite way to spend Insight is Fire Paper. So we can carry 10 at a time, so I'll go on and just get 8 to make it an even 10. That leaves us with 7 Insight. Good deal. Now you'll notice our Beasthood stat is it kind of brought up that Beasthood bar. The reason for that is because when you have Insight, the higher your Insight gets, it actually decreases your Beasthood stat. So let's open up our stats here. So you see at the bottom of the middle we have Beasthood and Frenzy Resistance. So the higher your Insight gets, even if it's just 1, the higher your Insight gets, it has an inverse effect on Beasthood and Frenzy Resistance. So the higher your Insight, the lower your Beasthood stat, and also the higher your Insight, the lower your Frenzy Resistance is. And that is very important, because if you're rolling around with like 30 or 40 Insight, you're going to be more susceptible to Frenzy. And as I said, Frenzy is an instant reduction of about 80% of your max HP. Not good. So something just to be cognizant of. It's generally not a good idea to roll around with a ton of Insight. I try to keep mine fairly limited for the most part. Just something I wanted to point out. So we're going to go back to the item box, because again, the only items that automatically reload are our blood vials and Quicksilver bullets. So we're going to go, and we see we have a stash of 57 blood vials in storage and 102 Quicksilver bullets in storage. We're going to pull our Molotov cocktails out, and we'll pull our poison knives out, and put those in our just regular inventory. Okay, we'll see if we can upgrade any of our weapons. To do that, though, I'm probably going to need to pop a cold blood, so we'll do that. Fortify weapon. Okay, so we can take our Ludwig's Holy Blade from +5 to +6. So we have enough twin bloodstone shards. So once it's at +6, you're going to notice we need now bloodstone chunks to take it any further. So any further twin bloodstone shards we get, we're probably going to put it towards the saw cleaver. Okay, let's see before we got any good blood gems. Let's see here. And we did open up our 3rd slot, by the way, so we can equip a third blood gem if we have the correct shape. This is physical attack. No, this blunt, that's thrust. So we'll go ahead and ignore those. This first one here is a fire blood gemstone. So when you equip a elemental blood gemstone, you'll see that our physical attack gets reduced to 0, and then it gets kind of funneled into fire attack. In general, at least the way that we have it, we have a +91 for physical attack. So our +91 for physical attack in this case would be traded to a +16 in fire attack. In my opinion, not a good trade, so I'm not even going to equip this one. I don't like that trade-off. Okay, so that is it for our upgrading and leveling up. And this video is already kind of getting to that point to where I need to cut it off. So that being said, in this episode, we made some good progress. We took care of some NPC loose ends that we needed to do, and we made our way into Hemwick Charnel Lane. And in the next video, right at the very beginning, we're going to take on the next boss of the game. So stay tuned. You definitely do not want to miss it. I just want to say thank you to all of you who have been watching this series. It means so much to me that you guys have been supporting this video series and this channel. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, join the squad, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like and a comment. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day.